Integration at its finest. You let me know when you're coming on the show, and we'll take care of that because we know that you ain't got nothing but lies, deceptions. But hey, maybe I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be 1,000% wrong. But please let me know when you're about to come on. But anyways, uh, other than that, like I said, it's my birthday month. I just been super busy. I know this is an off night. Today is Wednesday, 6/14. Uh, man, it's only been 14 days in, and it's already been a whirlwind. Which we're gonna get into that tonight. Just some of the topics we're gonna talk about tonight. Unconditional love. What is that, and what does that really mean? We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about some interesting conversations that I've had in the last 14 days. Ugh, yo, gonna have those. We're gonna talk about loyalty. Who would I be if we didn't talk about all this Trump stuff that's going on right now? Who would I be? And then, we're going to talk about all the just ridiculousness as far as these mass murders and these killings going on right now because it's just dumb, right? Uh, I don't even know what to say to that. There's been a lot going on. And uh, the latest one where the young lady went to go get the tablet from the neighbor, and the neighbor didn't even open the door and shot the lady with her little baby through a metal door. Like, really? You fear for your life and you're behind a metal door? Like a metal door that's locked, bolt locked, and all that, but you're going to shoot this person because you fear for your life? Really? We're going to talk about that for a second. Because that's national news right now. And we're just going to chop it up. So, first and foremost, one of the things that I like to say is again to everybody that's watching, whether it be right now or whether it be you guys are watching later on. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the show. Can please continue to support the show. I know I be off sometimes, but please continue to support the show. This month, and I know I should have had it in my background. This month is Pride Month. All the gays is out there. Yay! But anyways, so we know that we got Pride Month going on this month, especially out there in LA. I think you got Mariah Carey going down. You got I think Nicki's out there. You got a whole bunch of people is out there. But this is the part, and this is what bothers me about corporate America, and why I keep trying to say, yeah, you guys can ban this, you can ban that, you can ban that. It's already sold out, y'all. These tickets to even get in the door, and I haven't even talked about parking. I haven't talked about the vendors because you got to eat something, you got to do this, you got to do that. We ain't even got there yet, right? I just said to get in the door to gay pride, to gay pride, sold out. So you know, if it's sold out, let's just pretend for a second that that's 10K people sold out. $100 a pop for 4 hours. Say what? And that's just to get in the door, and that's general admission. That's not even you're by the stage. That's not even you can actually see somebody. That's when you way in the back, like you back there somewhere. You're way in the back. That's $100. Then let's talk about parking. Parking, that's gonna be another 50 to $100. And then don't mess around and get hungry or thirsty, because we already know a bottle of water is gonna cost you $20. A plate, y'all know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about a plate. A plate, that's gonna cost you a good another at least 20 $30. So already, and that's just you by yourself stepping through the door, that's already 200 250 $300. Sold out, and it hasn't even sold out. So y'all telling me that the gays ain't got buying power? Y'all tripping. So you can protest Budweiser all you want. Nobody drinks piss beer. Nobody drinks piss beer anymore. It's all about this new innovation stuff that's coming out right now, like this whole Jack and Coke, this whiskey stuff that they're actually they're cross branding, which I see a lot of cross branding happening in a different in a whole bunch of areas. It's all about these like white claws and seltzers, and for all my guys out there that still want beer, it's about those IPAs, Modelo. It could be about the imports, the Modelo, the Coronas, and stuff like that. Nobody drinks piss beer. So you guys can protest Budweiser all you want to. What did I just say? Ain't nobody drinking no piss beer. So even if you take a look at it for Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks just opened up his restaurant and basically said, you know what? Like, I'm selling all kind of beer. I don't care what beer I'm selling. I'm selling it all. If you come to my restaurant, everybody's gonna love everybody. And if you come to my restaurant, you want to be a little dickhead about it, then you ain't got to come here. There's a whole bunch of other restaurants down the street. Smart man. The gays got the money. Look at l- let's look at the economy. The gays got the money, the Hispanics got the money, the blacks got the money. Yeah, the Caucasians got the money. We already know that. But who's coming up? Because we already know that that's like a flat line, right? So at the end of the day, if you're a business person, you're thinking about how am I going to make more? How am I going to make more? How am I going to break into other markets? This is how you do it. Like, money talks, and y'all know the rest. All right, so that's enough about that. So happy Gay Pride Month to everybody, to all the gays out there. And yes, I said all the gays, and yes, I can say all the gays, because big stud for real. Talk, you know what? Talking about being a big stud for real. So I just told y'all a minute ago my weekend, or my last 2 weeks actually. They've been very interesting and very interesting. As for let me do my kickstart. Shout out to Pepsi and Kickstart. So this past weekend, I love straight men. I love straight men that have like this whole little dick syndrome thing. You know what I mean? Like they think that, oh, they meet a stud like me because y'all know I'm a stud, super stud, and all that good stuff. They meet a stud like me, and they think like, oh, I'm gonna say this, that, and the other, and they think either a I'm gonna get offended by it, really, because I'm on here all the time and I tell you guys all my business, right? Okay. Or two, they think they're gonna get a reaction out of me. Okay. But if anybody knows me, you know that regardless of what you say to me, either A, I'm not going to respond unless I got facts, or B, if I do respond, it's because I know a little bit about what I'm talking about, or C, if I respond, I'm going to ask more questions so I can be able to respond. I'm just not going to automatically respond to whatever it is that you have to say. I have to know slightly a little bit about what I'm gonna talk about when you're saying something. So back to this little short man syndrome, or little dick syndrome is like what I like to call it, the little dick syndrome, because straight men, and I'm not saying all straight men have this, but ones that are very insecure, and whether it be themselves, their relationships, or maybe even their sexuality, like to try to come back at me and try to say. So this weekend, I'm meeting a whole new friend group or whatnot, and we're having conversations, and we're talking, and then all of a sudden, just out of the blue, one of them, and there's I think there's three, yeah, there's three gentlemen total, three gentlemen and myself total in this situation, and we're just like I said, we're BSing it, we're talking, I was a little tipsy at the time, and one of them says, "Oh, my package, my stuff is this big." Y'all already heard the stories about the damn backpack, right? Because you guys watch the show, you already heard the stories about the backpack. So don't come at me like that. When I already know, now mind you, backstory on this, I already know that you don't agree with whatever I'm doing at that given time, right? So I already know that your background, you already have some issues. Okay, you just open the door. In my opinion, and people watching, tell me if you disagree, let me know. If you don't disagree, let me know, whatever. You open the door for me to make a shot back. So if you guys recall, a couple months back, I did a show on the average penis size from a Caucasian male, a black male, a Hispanic male, and then other Asians, other males or whatever. And I'm not going to go through all that, but we know that. So me having the facts, I said, well, sir, the difference between me and you is, according to the facts, statistics, your penis size is a 3.5. And then I went around the room and said, yours is about this, yours is about that. And then I said, you know what? But mine, eh, bought and paid for. So some nights it could be a 9, some nights it could be a 6.5. But whatever it is, I always stay strapped up. I'm always hard, and I always get the job done. About 5 minutes later, this person left. But sir, you started the conversation. You started the conversation trying to shock me, but you ain't met me, bro. That stuff like that doesn't shock me. Stuff like that doesn't bother me. What it tells me is you got little man syndrome. And that's okay if that's what you got. Because I know some of your dirt that you don't know I know, but we're not going to talk about that because I'm not going to call you out like that. But what I do know is, don't come for me in your little way and think that I'm going to back down and I'm not going to say nothing, especially if I have the facts. Please don't come for me. Don't come for me, because that's what you were doing. You were, and like I said, and how I started the conversation, you were either A, trying to shock me. I What's up, Jeremiah's in the building? What's going on, little cuz, big cuz? Much love. Love you too. Love you too. Um, don't try to shock me. You cannot shock me. Like, I understand you asking questions. I understand you want to know more about it because this is something that's new in your life. But please, sir, don't sit up there and start talking about your package and what you're doing to your wife. Because guess what? I'm going to talk about what I'm doing. I'm going to talk about my package too, because mine is basically, at the end of the day, let's call it what it is. Mine is bought and paid for, and my broad can pick her size. Your broad has to deal with whatever you got and whatever you're working with. And I guarantee you that 5 minutes you got, sir, I can go 2 hours. Try me if you want to. So, anyways, so and you know what, cuz facts over feelings. That's true. It is about facts over feelings. You know what I mean? Like, and I know what I just said probably sounds like I'm male bashing, or and I'm not. I love my Caucasian men. I love my Hispanic men. I love my black men. I love all men as long as you're cool to me. If you're cool to me, I'm cool to you. But if you come for me, I guarantee you my pullout game is dope as hell, and I will come for you. We're either cool or we're not cool. So that was one of the experiences that I had, and I just wanted to share that because I just wanted to let everybody know, like, these are the kind of undercover, especially it being Pride Month, like undercover low key things that people like to say or people like to talk about. Yeah, that was my kickstart. People like to say or people like to talk about without talking about it because they feel like they're gonna get me or any stud, right, into a shock conversation. Bro, you don't shock me. I'm years old. I did that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have nothing. You can't say anything that I probably haven't already heard and probably haven't already dealt with. So we can either be on the same team and we could be cool, or you could do what you did like a little punk, pe- the rest of that, and storm out like a little girl and not address the situation and not have a civilized, grown up conversation with me because I could do that too. All right. So last night, let's talk about last night. So last night I met some new people too. I met some new people too last night, and one of the funniest things happened. And I wish Mr. Hollywood was on because he would appreciate this one right here. Wherever Mr. Hollywood is, who knows? Because he's out being Mr. Hollywood. Residual. Y'all like the hat? Y'all like the hat? Okay. Um. so brand new friend group again, and we're all chopping up. We're all talking, and me. I'm just getting indoctrinated into this friend group. And one of the people in the friend group says, "Yeah, one of my last coworkers, her breath smelled like some dirty vagina." I was like, "What?" And mind you, I was only 30 minutes into this relationship and we're already talking about some dirty vagina. One. Two, you's a young female. What you know about what dirty vagina smell like? Was that your vagina? Or was you doing something with somebody else's vagina to know what that vagina smelled like? Just questions. I'm just asking questions. So, you know, in that conversation, it was it was so funny. So this person said, "Oh, my coworker, her breath smell like dirty vagina or whatever." And everybody was just like, "Ooh," and me, I'm looking. So I had to pause. I said, "Listen, whatever y'all continue to say after this point, I have a show. It's gonna go live, and I'm going to talk about this. So I just want you to know." And they all faded it by that time. So then they start talking about some draws in the bathroom and putting them on backwards, and somebody ended up upside down somewhere. Somebody's husband was over. I'm like, what the what door did I just open? What door did I just open? I have no clue what happened at that given time. All I know is I know about somebody's little tidy whities or their thongs. I think it was someone's thongs. Got put on backwards, and their friend's mom uh was questioning what happened that night because a lot was going on in that bathroom. So that's one. Two, I learned that we know what our coworkers' dirty vagina breath smells like because we've been inside of dirty vagina and we know what that smells like. And I hope if that is the case, dental dams are okay. You can go buy those at CVS, Target, or Walmart, a 20 pack for about $30. Please get some. We don't need no hepatitis, no herpes, no dirty. We don't need any of that. And last but not least, we learned that not everybody walking down the street uh, in some stuff, basically half naked, is a prostitute because they could legit have lost their clothes walking down the street because their girlfriends done left them. That's everything I learned yesterday. All I got for you. That was all yesterday. I don't know what more to say to that. You know what? Listen, let's go back to okay. Let's go back to the Brad real quick. All right, man, we're already 20 minutes in. Let me get back into this. Like I said, it's Gay Pride Month, so let's make sure we give it up to the companies out there that are supporting gay pride and all that good stuff. Um, yeah, I'm still gonna rock with the Lakers, even though the Nuggets, no one cares, got their first championship this year. Um, However, KCP, we all know KCP, got his championship with the Lakers and got it with the Nuggets. But the problem is, the finals was the lowest watched finals in centuries forever. Yeah, we already know that. But the playoffs were ranked, I think it was like top five or something like that. But you got to remember when the Lakers played Golden State Warriors, I think that was like 7.2 million people watched that game. So let's just remember, at the end of the day, yeah, do we want the underdog to win? We do. We want the underdog to win, but people pay to see those big market teams. They pay to see the Lakers. They pay to see the Warriors. They pay to see the Celtics. No one likes them, but whatever. They pay to see New York. They pay to see these big market teams. So these big market owners, y'all gotta step up and do something about that because we can't continue. I legit personally, I watched one game out of the, I think it went five. It went five games. I watched one game out of the five, and I watched game. I think the game that the Heat won. So maybe I should have watched more games. Maybe I was their good luck charm. I don't know, but I only watched that one game. And then other than that, to me, it was just boring. And it had nothing to do with those aren't my teams, but there was no hype. There was no John Morant. Poor baby. The commissioner is going to release his findings and reports here pretty darn soon once the playoffs come down. He has to do it before the draft. If he doesn't do it before the draft, he's going to do it after the draft. Once the trade deadline, so the draft is like in a week and a half, I think, and then the trade deadline is like right after that. So in between that time frame, he's going to have to release what Jaw's suspension is going to be. But we got to do something. And then we all know that in hockey, the one team that's cursed, and I can't think of the team's name, and I'm not going to Google it right now. They've been to the playoffs so many damn times and not won. I'm sorry, I think it was like five times, and they haven't won. But congratulations to the Flyers, for winning the championship and all that good stuff. Congratulations to them. And then with who else won? Oh, the Nuggets, the owner of the Nuggets, he's the owner of the Nuggets, the Rams, and some other sports team, and all of them within the last 2 years have won the championship. You might want to go work for him if y'all want to get some money, because that man, he's out there winning, taking rings and taking numbers and taking everything. So go get with that guy. Let's get to some local stuff real quick. You know I'm gonna backtrack. These fools right here. I'm still calling on Dr. Scott Wyatt, Mr. Danny Tillman, Mary Elaine Grande. Sorry if I messed up your name. Miss Felicia Alexander, Miss Myra Sabalis, Miss Mickey Chilasky, and Miss Abigail that ran for Senate. I'm still calling on y'all. If y'all don't know, they are the board for the San Bernardino Unified School District's board, um, for San Bernardino. And as you guys know, I've been talking about, and I've clearly been posting every single week until somebody gives me some type of answers. I'm going to continue to talk about this. I'm going to continue to post about this, and I'm going to continue to get the message out. Yo, why are you lying to us, sir? This is the former superintendent of Redland School District. He is now the superintendent of San Bernardino School District. And as we know, and as I've talked about, um, the week before he took the position in San Bernardino School Count or School Unified School District, he knew what was going on in Redland School District and did nothing, in my opinion. Unless there was something done, please correct me and let me know. I will come on here. I will apologize. I will do a whole apology show, all that good stuff. But you knew that there was sexual abuse going on in that school district. You knew some of the hires that was happening at that school district were bad. You knew that you were hiring felons, child abusers, spousal abusers, all that good stuff. You knew that there was a current, like as of today, June 14th, 2023. You knew that there was at least 10 lawsuits, arrests going on in that school district. You knew that there was a teacher sleeping with kids recently, as of 2 weeks ago, in Ukaipa School District. But you decided that you wanted to come over to my school district. Okay. So, like I said, every single week until either I have a conversation with you or we talk or whatever that looks like, until that happens, I'm going to continue to call this out, continue to talk about this, and continue to make sure that our parents out there, because not everybody knows, right? I'm going to make sure that our parents out there, they know, they understand, and basically they know that prior to this, and I just said it was like 10, 20, right? Prior to this, there was over 50 cases of students being sexually abused by teachers. And there's nothing anybody can tell me that says, oh, that was consensual, blah, blah. Okay. So I send my kids to school to get an education, but I'm also sending them to school to do shooter drills. And they know more about shooter drills than we do, right? I'm also sending them to school to know about sex education because apparently, and there's teachers out there that are good. So I am not taking a shot at you guys. I am so not. I am taking a shot at those that know or think something's going on, but they don't say anything. Because if you go back to some of these reports and some of these interviews, some of those teachers are saying, like, yeah, I kind of thought, I kind of saw, but they didn't say anything because they're afraid of the administration. They're afraid of their jobs. Bro, we got a teacher. Oh, one, and I know I'm like going like 50 million ways right now, but I think we got to pay our teachers. I said it. When you have a teacher that's making 50K a year and is going to buy classroom supplies, that's a problem because the school can't afford it. That's a problem, man. Who wants to risk their job for 50K? And I'm not saying in 50K that's like what. And I don't have no calculator in front of me or nothing like that right now, but what is that, like $20 an hour To teach our bad kids? Y'all know what y'all kids do. Y'all know what y'all kids is. That's what we really doing? Help me help you understand. Or help you help me understand. I don't understand. All right. That's enough about that. Yo. So let's move on to this next thing. Ah, so the big news in the news, and it's so funny. Everybody is turning their backs on him right now. You even got Mr. Mike Pence coming out and saying the ridiculousness against him, and we all know that even after supposedly he the people were chanting to hang him and like all that other stuff, he was still in support of Mr. Donald Trump when the indictment. Because if you didn't already know, now you finna know. He was indicted on, I think it was like 37 charges out there in Florida. New York already charged him with some stuff, and he's about to get charged in Georgia here pretty soon. So Pence has already came out. Comey's already came out. Oh, who's the guy that ran with him? That was on his the mayor of New York, Christie. Christie is already like all his big dog players that helped get him into the position that he was and or is in today. They are all folded on him. Now, don't get me wrong. He still has like what was it? Matt is in his corner still. Uh, Laura or Lauren, whatever that lady's name is, she's still in like so. Some of the top players are still in his corner, but the big old school dogs, they done with him. They like, yo, we can't even rock with him no more. And honestly, and I said it before and I'll say it again, like I'm a Republican, but however, like if we still rocking with this Magna Republican stuff, like the party is gonna go down. And I'm about to start the Mickey party here in a minute. Because yo, regardless, oh, he was framed. Oh, Biden's DOJ is coming for him. For real. Because half of them fools are Republicans too. Next. Oh, they're trying to set him up, make him a political prisoner. For real? Did you guys actually read the indictment and everything that he was charged with? Next. Oh, Biden did the same darn thing. So did Clinton, so did Bush, so did oh, but see, the problem is the difference is when they were called out and when you actually tell the truth about stuff, when you actually tell the truth about stuff happens, right? So all those people that you're telling me right now, guess what happened? They called them out and said, "You have this, this, and this." Guess what they did? Oh, yeah, actually, we have that stuff. Turned it right back over to the National Archives. Everything's good and dandy. No problems because you told the truth. Everything happened. Justice prevails. Okay, cool. But when you lie and say, yes, yes, I turned all that stuff over, and it's in your bathroom, in your basement, you tell your lawyers you done did it. You tell everybody you did it, but all that stuff is still there because you lied. Liars don't prosper. Karma's a mud. That's why he's in trouble because he thinks he's above the law and he thinks that can't nobody touch him. But the problem is, and I get the supporters, like I get it, like yo, I get it, like man, like some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth is great. Some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth is like, what the hell did you just say, bro? So I get it 1,000%. But when you lie to the government, and you was just in the government, man. When you lie to the government, don't you know the government's coming for you? Especially when they figure out you lying. You dumb. You dumb, man. There's three things in life that you got to be for sure of. You got to pay your taxes unless you're rich. But even if you're rich, you still got to pay taxes. You just got to find loopholes, which donate to residual. So you got to find that stuff. Two, you got to pay your taxes. Yeah, that was one and two, right? Yeah, yeah. And three, don't lie to everybody, especially the government. You lie to the government, they got you. And then after you lie to them, you're gonna go on some stupid talk show and basically say everything that you just said. Idiot, idiot. So now they got that as evidence. I just hope somebody steps up. There's like about, I think there's 6 Republicans that are running right now. None of them I even want to talk about because, eh, eh. But what I will say is, he in trouble. He in trouble. He's in trouble, y'all. He in trouble. And if you back him, cool, cool. Like, I have no problems with you whatsoever backing him. But my only question is why? Why? He did it. He said he did it. Matter of fact, he said he did it after he was arraigned. Yes, the other day. He said he did it after the fact at some uh rally that he did. Things that make you go, hmm. All right. So intermission shout out because I got to give a shout out to my family out there. Big shout out to my little cousin Shaz. This is one of her paintings that she just recently sold. So if you guys can, please go check her out on her Facebook. She's trying to show up, and show out. If you want a painting, reach out to her. She's a beautiful artist. Please reach out to her because she got that. Another shout out to my other little cousin. Uh, this is Brianna right here. She has her book out right now. It's a memoir, so please, if you can, go check her out. She's on Kindle and Paperbook. So please make sure you go to Amazon Prime. Go ahead and hit that, or go on Kindle. Go ahead and hit that. And then my other little cousin, because I got all the cousins. She's just came out with her book, Nubians Come in All Shades, Miss Charmaine. So please make sure y'all go check her out, and also go check out her podcast because she also has a podcast. It's called Marriage or Mirage. And yo, the stuff that she just had an interview with the lady. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, last week. I don't know. It just aired. I actually just finished watching it, and basically, to sum it up, the young lady was married to a pastor who she met, but they were together for about like 5 months, but didn't really like always see each other. And come to find out that he was gay, and his best friend supposedly that was living with them, that he tried to make her feel like that was her best friend, that was that was his lover. Go wild. So I'm like, cuz all this stuff you coming up with, salute. So if you guys can, go check her out. She's on YouTube, on Instagram. Go check out her book, all that good stuff. And then also, who I want y'all to go check out is Mr. John Moore. He's the trustee out there in Chicago right now. That's the big cuz. He's out there. He's a trustee. So, just giving him a shout out and love. Super proud of him also on making sure that he secured that trustee spot out there. Hopefully, he's out there making some changes in his area and in his neighborhood. So, nothing but love, nothing but love. And since we're talking about politics, because I just said he was a trustee, yo, what's going on with Florida? Florida, can we get some books? Can we get some books? So apparently, if you didn't know, now you're gonna know. Florida has been on this like book ban thing, right? So not only banning books on whether it be culture, whether it be Black, Hispanic, uh, they basically rewrote Rosa Parks' experience, and we're gonna call it an experience for right now, on the bus. So we all know Rosa Parks, went onto the bus, feet was hurting, pregnant, whatever, sat down on the front of the bus, refused to give up her seat. We knew that she was a part of the civil rights movement, anyways. There was somebody who actually did that exact same thing prior to her, but they didn't use that young lady because that young lady, her past was a little sketchy, so they didn't want her necessarily to be the poster child for that. So when Miss Rosa Parks did it, she became the poster child, and that's everything that happened. She refused to give up her seat because of her race. Okay. So in Florida, basically how they rewrote her story, man, this is sad. Like, yo, we're in America in 2023, dude. Like, they rewrote her story, and it basically says, Miss Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat. Well, okay. I'm a little kid. Well, why is she? Why am I reading about her? Why is she so important? Why did she refuse to give up her seat? What's so huge about that? I refused to give up my seat yesterday. Man, like I understand and I get there's a lot of things that we don't want our kids reading or talking about, or what, regardless of whatever it is. Um, but see, we're gonna get to the point, and I think it's already happened in, I want to say, either Utah or Texas, to where now we're gonna start banning the Bible, because now they're saying all this stuff is like pornographic, and we're not talking about the Bible yet. They're saying all this stuff is pornographic. They're saying that it's racist and it makes white people look bad, and we're harmed and we're hurt, and oh my god. So now you're gonna get dickheads like me. Okay, let's challenge the system and see what the system looks like. Because the most pornographic, most graphic, most interesting book, and don't play with me when it comes to the Bible. Because if you want to go Bible verse by Bible verse, we can do that. Y'all know. Hit me up in the chat. Call in on the show. I will put you on the show, and we can go Bible verse for Bible verse. Most pornographic, destructive, racist, non-racist, uh, death-defying book that is out there, period. So now you're going to get somebody like me that's going to challenge and say, well, why is the Bible in here? Then it's going to go to, because you have all these pundits saying that the 10 Commandments need to be into schools. Now it's going to go to, well, why are these 10 Commandments in here? That's this and that and the other. Now, so now you're opening up all these cans of worms, right? You're opening up all these cans of worms for what? When at the end of the day, and you can have whatever argument you want to have with me, I guarantee you I'm gonna come back to you twofold. Why you don't know what your kid is reading? You don't talk to your kid? You just let them read whatever they want to read? Wait, time out. Are they reading? Because let's look at the reading levels in the United States of America, period. So, can we just give a shout out to that they're actually reading a book in the first damn place, and they're not on their iPad, their tablet, their Facebook, their Roblox, their YouTube, their Fortnite, their Star Trek, or whatever other little game that they're playing. So, let's give a shout out that they're actually going to the library, which I highly doubt it because I think it's just the parents doing this bull jive stuff. um, but let's pretend for a second that they are, because I'll give y'all that. Let's pretend for a second that they are. They can be. I doubt it, but they can be. Why are you not having those conversations with your kids already? Why don't they know about this stuff already? Are they actually reading that book, or was it you that knew about the book because you read it when you was whenever, which I highly doubt. But let's pretend for a second. And now you want to get mad? Now you want to ban everything? Can we just have these kids read these books and educate them after they read the books and have a conversation with them? And if it's something that's like super pornographic, like I agree, like it probably shouldn't be in schools under middle school. But once they get in high school, yo, I'm just telling you right now, like I just listened to this weekend, middle schoolers and high school kids, all boys, have conversations, and I was just like, wow, okay. Say he said what? So they know more than what we you think you know, and sometimes I think we forget as adults we were once kids, man. These kids know more than what we know. Like, so stop trying to shelter these kids. That's our problem. Stop trying to control and shelter these kids. Have those conversations with the kids. Guide them. Give them the best education. Give them the best guidance that you can give them. But I guarantee you, it's going to be one of two things that's going to happen. Either you're guiding them and giving them that education, or their friends are. And personally, I'd prefer and I'd rather I give my children, those conversations and that education than for them to hear it from their little friends first. Okay, I'm done with that rant. So what else is going on? So we talked about the ridiculousness killings that's going on right now. People ringing doorbells, people going to somebody's house for an iPad for their 9-year-old child that's playing in a park. This ridiculous one that happened. Some little kids is playing hide and seek. So we talked about that. We talked about the pussy, the coochie, vagina. Ooh, I don't know. We talked about the breath. We talked about the male chauvinist, little dick syndrome thing real quick. So one thing that I do want to talk about, and it's going to take us out, is and the question, and I think I'm going to pose this question on my Instagram. So please, if you're not already following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, loyalty underscore unconditionally. When is it okay for you to basically tell somebody that you unconditionally love them and then place conditions on them? When is that okay? Is that okay? Can I say I love you, I care, you're my friend, you're my partner, whatever. I love you unconditionally, you're my person, whatever. And then say, but however, you can't do XYZ because I disagree with that. When is that ever okay? So, and the reason why I asked that question is recently, I had a friend that had that condition basically placed upon them, right? They were friends, they are friends, or were, we haven't, that's TBA or TB continued or whatever you want to call it. They were friends with somebody for a long time. Their kids are, super like BFF friends, and you know, and they recently found out about some of the choices that this other friend made in their life. And this other friend is a devout Christian, but we could talk about that later, right? We'll talk about religion later or another show. A devout Christian, just like, oh, I love everyone. God loves everyone. I'm not judgmental. And then basically gets upset when they find out about someone who, they've been in contact with or have had a relationship with, and then basically tell that person, you know what, I fear for my kids. I don't want my kids around that, which is fine, which is fine. I still want to be your friend. I don't want to hear anything that you have to say. I love you unconditionally, but my kid can't be around you alone. What? What didn't you just okay. Okay. So you just basically told me that you love me, right? Got it. You just basically told me that you support whatever I do. Got it. But in that, you basically told me that our kids, they could be friends, but only around you when you supervise them. And then you come around on an occasion and then storm off and get pissed off because you don't want to have a scene. Well, ma'am, everybody's grown. Have those conversations. Like, if you're that grown and you have that many words to say them in an educated, nice manner. People might respect you a little bit more. They might look at you like, you know what? You kind of made sense. Or you know what? You're an idiot. But at least people will respect you a little bit more. Not acting like a 3-year-old with a tantrum and running the hell off because you don't like what somebody else has to say about another situation that has to do with breaking the fact that you just told somebody else. I know there's a lot. You just told somebody else that I love you unconditionally. So can you love somebody unconditionally? Like, can you truly, honestly, I don't care if it's a friend, I don't care if it's a family member. And the reason why I say family member also in that situation is because recently, one of my little nephews had hit me up and was like, hey, auntie, I know we don't talk, whatever, but can you slide me, whatever? And I was just like, what? I don't give my kids money. Why would I give you money? And he's like, well, I don't even, and then you're going to go off on me because I said that. So do you love me unconditionally or do you love me for my money? So in this case, do you love me unconditionally or do you just love me because you think you love me? Everybody puts conditions on everything. I get that. So that's why I say, like, can you truly, honestly love, um, whether it be a friend or a family member, unconditionally? Like, can people actually really do that? And we're going to continue that conversation. Like, but can people actually do that? I would hope so. I think so. But I think that at the end of the day, we all put conditions on, all of our relationships. And I think that we choose, we choose what conditions that we're willing to accept, right? And what conditions that we're just not willing to accept. So I think that people need to stop sitting up there and saying that, oh, unconditional, unconditional. Nah, I love you with conditions. You choose because people are selfish. They're not going to say, oh, you choose because people are selfish because they want you to choose them. But sometimes, just sometimes, I'm not going to choose you. I might choose me. Because, one of the things that my cousin, Mr. Hollywood, reiterates to me, almost all the time is in life, regardless of what we're going through and regardless of what, uh, relationships or, whether they be positive, negative, whatever that we have, is people fall into two buckets, right? There's two buckets. And this might sound selfish, but they fall into two buckets. It's you're either an asset or you're a liability, right? And he got this concept from our Uncle Lloyd. Our Uncle Lloyd actually, passed this concept down to him. He's passed that concept down to me. Okay. So basically, what does that mean? It just means like at every facet, and it doesn't mean like, are you an asset? Like, can you pay my bills? Like, nah, I don't mean that. Like, an asset could be somebody who is emotionally takes care of me, mentally takes care of me, physically, sexually, uh, spiritually, whatever elite is out there, takes care of me or is kind to me in those ways. So you're an asset because you're not disturbing my peace, right? You're not disturbing my peace. And every single person, uh, deserves to have mental peace. Period. Period. You're not disturbing my peace. And if you're not falling into that asset, category, now you're a liability, right? Because now you're taking something from me. Now you're taking something from me, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally, sexually, uh, whatever the least, like I just went on the other side and said. And that's where I don't feel okay. So are you an asset to me? Is this friendship? Is this unconditional love that you're trying to tell me that you have for me? One, are you an asset or you're a liability? And two, is it something that I really want to like condone? Is it something that I really want to, continue to nourish? Why am I putting in all the work? Why am I putting in all the work? And you ain't putting in half of nothing because at the end of the day, you've already told me. When people tell you the first time, Maya Angelou said it. Maya Angelou said it. When people show you who they are the first time, believe them. Believe them. Stop trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. Why are we giving people the benefit of the doubt? If somebody shows you who they are the first time, if somebody tells you who they are the first time, believe them. because they're either an asset for you or a liability. We're gonna do a poll on this on Instagram. Like I said, I only got about 4 minutes left, so I want to make sure that I say everything that I got to say. So at the bottom of the screen, y'all see about that mental health awareness. Last month was mental health awareness. I think tomorrow, sometime this week, or it could be next week. I'm not sure. Is Mental Health Awareness Day. Mental health is no joke, y'all. That's health. That's just like if you have a cold, a flu. Mental health is healthcare. Mental health does matter. So if you have some mental health issues going on, please text 988. And it's a text. It used to be a phone call, but now it's a text. So please make sure if you need some help, you reach out. Please do it. It is okay. Like so much is a stigma. I'm telling you, it's okay, especially in minority communities. It is okay. Nami. Nami's mental health also, and more on the suicide side too. I've had people close to me, whether I was younger or older, that have committed suicide. Yo, please, if you got something going on, or if you know somebody that has something going on, please reach out. That's 1-800-950-6264. That's Nami. That's 1-800-950-6264. Please reach out. Please reach out. And to me, like, I know it's sad to say, but I look at all these comedians here lately that have taken their lives. The people that make you laugh the most, those are the ones that you need to make sure that you're paying attention to. Those are my 3 cents. So for all my vets out there, we just had we just had Memorial Day. All my vets, hoorah! If y'all need some help, please make sure you guys reach out to the Veterans Crisis Hotline. That's at 1-800-273-8255. That's at 1-800-273-8255. And y'all make sure you let them know that Corporal Smith, I said it, my big cuz, Corporal Smith, hoorah, told you to call. Please reach out because there's always somebody out there to help. If you have a parent that's a little bit older, they're in a nursing home, and you think something ain't right and you don't know if it's right, there is a hotline for that. That's 1-833-317-4673. I said that's 1-333-317. That's a lot of threes. 4673. And last but not least, as always, I say please make sure y'all donate and support the show. Please donate to that Cash app. That's residual. That's residual 22. That helps me because y'all know I need a new computer. Y'all know I need some new headphones, new microphone. I need all that stuff. Help me help you. Donate to the show. Please do that. That's at residual 22. So please make sure you help me get all that good stuff that I need to get to make sure I continue on with this show. And then last but not least, as I always say, number one, thank you to everybody. Thank you to all my supporters out there that continue to follow me, that continue to watch the shows on all the platforms that I'm posting on. I appreciate it. Thank you. You guys are helping me grow. I got some big stuff coming up in the future. I promise you. I got some big names, local names, bigger national names coming on here. Well, I hope we'll find out the national ones. But everybody else, I think I got them locked down coming on the show. So help me support that. And as always, I love the ladies. Y'all have a beautiful night.